United in grief, Sinead O'Connor's iconic voice played out over Bray as crowds gathered from early morning to bid a final farewell to the singer and activist. A steady flow of people came to pay their respects, writing notes and placing flowers at the singer's former home on Strand Road along the seafront. The Grammy Award-winning singer lived there for 15 years until 2021. In a statement, Sinead's family said the singer loved living in Bray and the people in it. A private funeral service was held this morning with President Michael D. Higgins and Taoiseach Leo Varadkar in attendance.
Her last public event, let's say, and their thoughts of love, really, you know, loving her, really. I think we have to love her now, love her more than dig deep for the love that we have for her, and recognise the love that we have for her, and be grateful for all the things that she spoke about, represented in her book, in her interviews, in her music.
The 56-year-old was found unresponsive in her London home a fortnight ago. Emotions were running high among the crowds as the shock of her death is felt by many. Her passing has led to an outpouring of tributes from around the world.
Because Sinead O'Connor, as I've now realised, was a prophet in my mind and up there with the best of them. And she was the most courageous artist of our generation.
I'm here to stand for Sinead and for her message, and to hopefully to continue to stand for all those other people out there that need to hear that message, you know, and what she stood for.
She was years ahead of her time, you know, standing up to Gay Byrne on the Late Late, like all the, you know, various things that she did over time. She was just, it was okay to not be okay, you know, it was okay to be yourself and stand for what you believed in.
The funeral cortege made its way through Bray, passing by thousands waiting to say goodbye. The route began at the end of Strand Road, making its way to the opposite end of the seafront. The procession was the only public element to the funeral. Sinead O'Connor is being laid to rest at a private burial. Aisling Roach, Virgin Media News.
Right, let's cross live now to Bray to our reporter Paul Quinn. And Paul, an awful lot of affection there for Sinead O'Connor on show.
Yeah, a really emotional couple of hours, Colette. You probably saw there in Aisling's report that a Beetle camper van with speakers on the top parked outside the home here that she lived in for 15 years. Before the funeral cortege arrived earlier this morning, there was tears, there was laughter, there was people singing along to her songs, dancing. It really was quite emotional, and thousands of people gathered here along the seafront to remember Sinead O'Connor, many of them coming from very early this morning. There was delays coming in, traffic delays coming in to Bray as well this morning. Her funeral cortege leaving down by the harbour bar just after 11:30, making its way up, people applauding, clapping, many of them shouting out thank you Sinead. They were also throwing flowers on the hearse as it passed as well. As I say, really emotional scenes for so many people who turned out today, and people of all ages, young people, older people, people who would have listened to her music in the 80s or 90s, bringing their children along, explaining to them as the funeral procession was going by who exactly Sinead O'Connor was, what she meant to so many people, and that was really nice to see as well. And when the hearse paused briefly outside the house for a couple of minutes, the applause just continued, people throwing those flowers on the hearse as it passed by. We were speaking to some of those who came today.
I lived in America for a couple of years in the 80s, and she was pretty popular out there in the 80s, so I got on the train this morning in Donabate and came out the whole way to pay my respects to her.
I really liked her, admired her. Just thought she was a really nice person, so I just wanted to come today and show my respects, really.
Now, in the last couple of minutes, just before we came on air as well, I approached a woman. I asked her why had she come out today, and she told me that she actually worked for Sinead O'Connor for many years. She was the nanny to Sinead's older children. She's been telling us what Sinead meant to her.
Sinead was the most amazing human being that ever lived, really. She was kind, she was super intelligent, and I really think the media, I don't know who, but the media and certain elements of society never got to know who she really was, because all Sinead wanted to do, her joy in life was her children and her creativity. And she had, I mean, when I worked for her, 30, 50 letters a day used to come from people just asking for help.
Now, earlier, her private funeral was attended by President Michael D. Higgins and the Taoiseach Leo Varadkar. Michael D. Higgins saying the unique contribution of Sinead involved the experience of a great vulnerability combined with a superb, exceptional level of creativity that she chose to deliver through her voice, her music and her songs. Sinead O'Connor will be laid to rest at a private burial this afternoon.